Good evening and welcome to 69 Minutes. Tonight we have with us the world famous sexologist Dr. Phil Good with us this evening. He has championed some unusual sexual apparati, for the plural of apparatus, that will allow you to have wonderful sexual pleasure in your old age. And he's going to teach us from his new book that he just wrote, Sex and the Male Penis, and has sold over 500,000 copies because people who live a long time, their pee-pee does not work anymore and they cannot get hard or erect. Dr. Philgood has come up with some unusual ways to increase the size of your pee-pee and give you sexual hard-on that will satisfy the youngest woman you choose to select. Good evening, Dr. Philgood.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to be on the channel 69 Minutes, my favorite number. It is my climactic experience to share my views with your audience and my new super inventions. But before I do that, I must take you to the past of why people have sexual hang-ups.
Can I ask you that question?
Yes.
Why do people have sexual problems?
I'm glad you asked me that question.
And I don't even have an accent. I didn't have an accent when I first met you, and now I have to talk like this. So I'm very sorry, but I have to talk like this because it sounds stupid talking like a regular person.
Yes, it's catchy. It's
All right.
very catchy.
Dr. Philgood,
Yes.
Tell me, what is your theory about where this problem originated from?
It all started, my friends, in infancy. In infancy, our mothers try to toilet train us, and they tell us, well, you got to make number 1, number 2, number 5.7.
Yes, but that way people could understand because they know exactly what to do with their natural causes.
No,
When you
you-
give them numbers, that makes sense to me.
No, you tell that little brat, go urinate, go defecate, teach him correctly. Now, then we go around and we give names to the genitals, the male. We call it dick, poor Richard, or how about cock, a poor rooster, and all these nicknames, the testes. We call them nuts. They're not edible. Balls, they're not round. They're testes. And what about in the female? The vagina, we call it a pussy. It's not a cat. It's a pussy. I mean, it's a vagina. We give it these stupid, silly names, and then as we get developed from that, we go ahead and we call the breast tits. What is a tit? Oh, you got a nice tit, or you got nice tits, or boobs.
Hooters.
Or
Forgot the Hooters.
Hooters comes in later.
How about watermelons?
Watermelons are huge,
fruit?
very big. I love fruit. And then, what about the vaginal lips? We call them after a constellation, labia majora and labia minora.
They all, you know what else? They give the name different smelly terms, like poots smells, has a smell, or this is my private uterus. I don't know. I don't know what they tell us when we're younger.
And in adulthood, it even gets worse. In adulthood, what happens there is, when they talk about fellatio, they think it's an Italian opera.
I thought it was.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's a blowjob.
A blowjob?
Yeah. And
With
then
the mouth?
Yeah. And then
Do you blow it up?
sometimes.
Oh.
And then a Chinese dish, they call it cunilingus. It's not a Chinese dish. Now,
Wait a minute. What is cunilingus?
cunilingus is when you have cuni and then you have lingus.
Lingus is with the tongue.
Absolutely.
Cuni is with the coot.
Cuni is with
I got it. Cunilingus.
That's it.
Very brilliant.
Very good. But now I must tell you about my inventions.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I'll tell you the truth. I haven't had a hard on in a couple of years.
Well, we got your problem
I
solved.
tried Viagra.
No.
No.
It's not the answer.
Yes, it does. It works.
It's
First thing in the morning, I have the most tremendous hard on, and unfortunately, my date was last night.
Mine is better. We have many devices now. We have a super device that I invented called the splint.
Really?
Yes.
Where did that name come from?
You take a 2x4. You tape it onto the penis, which is major extension and very thrilling and wonderful.
I wonder if you can get a splinter.
Sometimes they get splinters, but it's fun pulling them out.
Really?
Then we have other devices. We have the pump.
Oh, I want to hear about the pump.
The pump is unbelievable. We use a special type of gas, and we pump that gas inside the penis, and it blows it up 5 times.
And how often can you do that?
Until after the air leaks out.
And is there a problem with that while you're having sexual intercourse with the balloon type of a device?
Sometimes it gets a nail in it, which you have, it gets deflated.
Yeah, but I have AAA.
Oh, you're all covered.
I think that's it. Let's see what we got now. Good evening, and welcome to the 6 o'clock news. Tonight we have an amazing story to tell you that will so intensify your feelings towards radiation. That sickness that gets you when we get nuclear bombed, or perhaps a nuclear meltdown where the radiation creeps into your...
Yeah, a nuclear meltdown.
Just a minute.
Sorry.
Okay. To tell you the truth, the government has been hiding its story for the last 50 years on the development and the reproduction qualities of somebody who has been radiated by an atomic explosion or perhaps a nuclear meltdown where radiation in smoke comes into your home. Well, tonight we have investigators that have found out that the US government has been spending 50 years studying a mutation. And he used to have arms and legs, but they fell off, and he's still able to operate, and he is, I don't even want to tell you this, but he's right here with us. He's just a nose.
Hello there, I'm just a nose. I used to be fully functional, but now everything fell off. I had fallout, so to speak, and all that's left of me is a nose, as you can see, just a nose.
Well, you know something, your nose is very unusual. It's very Semitic. People tell already that you're Jewish.
It's a Jewish nose.
Really?
Yes.
Can a nose be Jewish?
Yeah, well, I stick my nose in everybody's business.
Really?
Yes.
And when you go into a restaurant, you say it's too hot, it's too cold, right?
Well, that happens with the nose.
Really? What is the worst hazard of being a nose?
The worst thing is postnasal drip.
Really?
It'll kill you.
Really?
It is horrible. Or sometimes I have trouble just with a simple stuffy nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you pick your boogers?
I pick them carefully.
With what?
It's my choice.
I know, but what do you use?
I pick whatever I want.
I know, but how do you get in there?
I use, that's a good question, I have friends. I have many friends.
Tell me,
who's your friends?
Who's your...
And you can pick your nose.
You didn't originate that story, did you? I heard that before.
I know, I get a lot of nose jokes.
What, do you have anything as far as sex? You know what?
Sex is the best with my
Really?
Yes.
Are you into oral or anal?
Both. I do both. I do whatever I can find with just a nose.
Really? Do you have a girlfriend?
I have 4 noses that love me to death.
Really? Who's your favorite nose?
Beulah, the big nose.
Really?
She's got a wart. It's like a French tickler.
Oh, really? Very interesting.
I love it.
Tell me, has she ever gotten fresh with you?
Twice.
Really?
Twice.
Would she give you a blow job?
She kept putting, she had fingers. She kept putting her fingers in my nose.
Really?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's the worst hazard? Oh, I asked you that already. Tell me, have you ever been in an elevator just by yourself?
I love elevators.
People will look at you and say, get your nose out of my business.
I love it. I put my nose in everybody's business.
Really?
Yes.
Can you actually tell different businesses from others?
It's the smell.
Yes.
I have very good smell.
Did you ever see a sign that said occupado?
That means occupied.
Correct.
I can't read, I'm just a nose. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Tell me.
Occupado.
I think I asked you about sex, didn't I?
Yeah, twice.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What do you do for safety?
Safety, I use a
Nose plugs.
Nose plugs out.
Tell me, the people must pick on you a lot.
Twice, yes.
No, I mean, you know, they like to be troublemakers and they get very nosy. I mean, the word nose itself is problematic. You know, somebody has a big nose, you know, right away he's Semitic, like you. People must throw things at you, eggs, rocks. You know, he's a Jewish nose.
I've learned to get over that.
Did you ever think of having a nose job?
Twice I did it.
Really? It came out lousy. You should go take a return.
I did.
Did you get any discount?
Yes.
On the second one?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, now we're done. Thank you. And la la la.